Thanks for staying with us. Well, one organization in Central Florida may have a view of what the future of humanity might look like.
It's called the Venus Project, and it's based in the rural town of Venus, right near Lake Okeechobee.
UMTV reporter Evan Aldo has spent the last few months checking it out.
He joins us now live in the studio. So, Evan, what does the city of the future look like?
Hi guys. Well, the Venus Project is definitely an organization that is like no other. It has been around for more than 40 years, and it proposes a society without money, politicians, police, or even laws. The idea is that all resources will be provided to people using automation and computers. Now, is this even possible? Well, its founders claim that it's technically possible for this society to be created in 10 years, if humanity really focuses on it. Out in the small rural town of Venus, Florida, near Lake Okeechobee, you will not expect to find much more than dirt roads and farmland. But one organization in Venus has created a proposal for the future of society.
Computer system of the entire city.
The Venus Project is a 20-acre area with models and prototypes of future cities that feature circular homes, automated machines, and cities in the sea. Roxanne Meadows is the co-founder, and she's been involved in this project for over 40 years. Her main goal is to eliminate politics, poverty, and war.
We really need to declare all Earth's resources as the common heritage of all the world's people.
The main goals of the Venus Project? To get rid of all money and start from the ground up, creating a system that has never been tried before, using automation.
We need an entirely new direction, and it won't come about within the monetary system. Well, this is not fascism, this isn't socialism, this isn't communism. It's a very different system. Socialism is for the working class, but we're automating. We don't want to put people in factories and have them toil. We want to automate, send them back to school so they can participate in things that are more relevant and creative and use their mind.
Although most Americans have never heard of the Venus Project, it won an award for sustainable cities at the United Nations, and its late founder, Jacques Fresco, has made media appearances.
Thank you very much for this award.
Now we'll start with this, and you tell me.
I'll try to point it out.
Yeah, you can point right at it.
Jacques first came up with the idea central to the Venus Project when he lived through the Great Depression.
And they were sleeping in every empty lot, millions of Americans. And I looked around, and the stores had everything in the windows, you know, radios in those days, whatever people would need, but they had no money. So then I thought, there's something wrong with our system.
Jacques and Roxanne began building the domes by themselves in 1979 and completed them 15 years later. They are made out of concrete to be fireproof and maintenance-free. This, along with their circular shape, makes them resistant to hurricanes and earthquakes. Over the years, the Venus Project has been funded and supported by thousands of volunteers all over the world.
We have a video team, we have the marketing team, we have a data-driven team, we have the web development team, we have a land acquisition team.
Roxanne gives a tour of the facility every Saturday, and this week Max Gorski came all the way from Russia to see it.
Beautiful.
It's amazing. I'm a real estate broker, and for me it's very interesting to see some new ideas.
Despite the global popularity of the Venus Project, there are still many people who doubt its vision is possible, including former U.S. House Representative Ileana Ros-Lehtinen.
You should never underestimate the human capacity for evil. To think that everyone will be good and that everyone will be acting from good instincts. I wish that were possible. There's never been a time in history where that has been possible.
Roxanne believes that people are not innately evil, but it's a lack of resources that makes them that way.
Even if you elected the most ethical people in government and you ran out of resources, you'd have lying, cheating, stealing. It's not ethical people that we need. It's the intelligent management of the Earth's resources.
According to Roxanne, in the future, bridges, such as this model of one, would transport energy produced by walking on it. The energy would come from the bottom, from walking on it, into the tubes on the side. One would carry power and the other one would carry water for efficient transportation of these energies. When walking around the Venus Project, you'll hear a lot about an idea called a resource-based economy, which is basically an economic system that relies solely on resources and automation instead of money.
Was represented an automated system that would take this structure.
Nathaniel Dinwiddie lives and works at the Venus Project. He is one of the founders of the Resource-Based Economy nonprofit organization.
In a resource-based economy, you can operate without a price mechanism in that the information required to make the economy work can be performed by computer simulation, extrapolation, and calculation, so that the value and the demand is represented within a, you might say a software system.
The Venus Project's ultimate goal? Build a prototype city to test out all of these ideas and see how they work.
A lot of these ideas about economic organization and human organization and behavioral management and systems management can be tested.
Like a theme park of the future, where people come and they see the advantages of a resource-based economy. They learn the history of technology. They learn how we get our values, how we can become creative and inventive. And we show them a fantastic, positive alternative for the future.
It is currently unknown when the city will be built or how much it will cost, but the Venus Project hopes to raise $1 million towards it in 2019.
A lot of people say, well, when are you going to put in a resource-based economy? And I always say, look, I've been working at it for 41 years. I have put all my money toward this. I am still working at it 12 hours a day. It depends on what you do after you learn about this.
The Venus Project organizers say they hope to complete the blueprints for this futuristic society within the next 2 years. They also hope to start building the first city shortly after that. And they hope to fully implement a resource-based economy within the next 200 years. If you would like to learn more or get involved, you can visit thevenusproject.com.
Well, Evan, I can definitely see that this is a pretty innovative concept.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. I can't believe it's right here in Florida,
It's amazing, and I think it's actually going to happen. You got to believe it.
How do you think this would actually play out? Do you see this happening?
I mean, anything could happen. Look, people never can predict the future, so I think it could actually happen. Maybe in the next 50 years. Who knows what could happen.
Okay. Still ahead on News Vision.